So there's this guy named Mikey Musumeci, if I said his name correctly, right? And he only consumes 1 meal a day. So basically, he does the OMAD diet, a 1 meal a day diet protocol or method, right? And I'm going to be breaking this down and why he does it. So Mikey is an athlete. He's a grappler. He's a phenomenal person. Um, and a lot of people think that his diet is crazy. In my opinion, it's not really that crazy because I would be explaining this in a second. So, a OMAD diet or 1 meal a day diet isn't new. It's not new for the fitness and health and bodybuilding enthusiasts. It's nothing new to the fitness world, what I'm trying to say. This 1 meal a day diet. A lot of people utilize this method because it helps with a lot of things. First off, it helps with your mindset, your mental clarity, and it can help prolong life, longevity, and improve your health overall, right? So Mikey explains that he doesn't consume any animal meat or animal products, and if he does, he ends up feeling like shit. He feels fatigued, he feels tired, and lost of motivation, which I can agree to because the foods that we consume, nowadays, from fast foods and junk foods and microwavable foods, they provide little to no beneficial, nutrients. They don't provide any type of value for us. So as a consequence, it harms us than nourishing us, right? It doesn't, like, junk food doesn't nourish us. It harms us, which causes the mental clarity to be lessened. You start feeling depressed, or your performance might be hindered, so on and so forth. The list goes on. You guys know when you eat poorly, you feel like shit, you feel fatigued all the time, you feel like you want to nap all the time, and that's because the junk foods are causing your insulin to spike and to crash suddenly, which is not good for your overall health and for performance. And this is why Mikey utilizes the OMAD method, or the 1 meal a day protocol, because he can avoid all those issues, feeling fatigued all the time, loss of motivation, so on and so forth, because he doesn't like to endure that. He doesn't like to feel like that throughout the day. So by utilizing the 1 meal a day protocol, he can feel better at the end of the day and feel better when he wakes up, right? So let's get into his diet. So Mikey only eats pasta and pizza. So pasta and pizza is loaded with carbs, fats, and proteins. So he's getting all of his macronutrients in, which is very important for performance and for his health. And he's not utilizing a keto diet or a high protein diet or carnivore diet. He's getting all of his nutrients in. He's getting a variety source of nutrients, which is very important for overall health and performance, right? So that's one important note to take into, because a lot of people think that he's neglecting nutrients and so on and so forth, and that's not really the case. Because if that was the case, then then he'll be strictly on like a keto diet or a high protein diet or a carnivore diet, because that will exclude like vegetables and other things to that nature. But he doesn't exclude anything out, right? He includes everything within, right? He just has not pizza and pasta, which is completely fine for him, right? And considering that he only does this one time a day, it is perfectly ideal in his situation. Mikey is an athlete. He needs to have his performance at its highest every single day, especially for competitions and whatnot. So if he was going to eat throughout the day, that would hinder his performance, because he mentions that by eating throughout the day, it makes him tired and sluggish, which I could agree to. So by utilizing that OMAD diet protocol, he can avoid that very easily and in a successful manner. So Mikey consumes over 7,000 calories all in 1 meal, okay? Which is a whole lot of calories to consume, especially at one sitting or one session. But obviously it takes some time to consume all that, and it doesn't digest all within an hour or so. It takes time to digest all of those calories. It takes time. So when he consumes his meal at the end of the day, and when he wakes up, he is still either digesting the food or utilizing those nutrients in a proper manner, because nutrient timing is very important for athletes and bodybuilders and athletes overall. And a lot of people don't realize that nutrient timing is a real thing. right? So when Mikey wakes up, he is fulfilled with energy, right? He is not feeling sluggish. He is not feeling tired. He is not crashing from the insulin spikes. He is in a steady pace with high levels of energy, okay? Because the pizza and carbs are good, long-lasting energy sources because they're not processed like fast foods and those junk foods out there. He's not consuming the junky foods, and he has a variety of nutrients within his pizza and pasta. He has his protein, he has his fats, he has his vegetables, the basil, stuff like that. So for the next day and throughout the day, he is filled with energy from his 1 meal a day protocol, and that will keep him energized throughout the day until the next meal comes, or when the next meal arrives, which is at the end of the day for the next day, right? And if you continue to repeat the pattern, repeat the cycle, you have the ideal situation for yourself. Whatever works for you, right? Just because someone says, or a doctor says, you need to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner in order to have optimal performance and recovery, it's untrue. It's completely, I wouldn't say completely absurd, but if people can get away with what Mikey does, then it works for him. Because a lot of people, like I said, yeah, sure, eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner can be more beneficial, but if you're eating junk foods for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you're actually causing more harm than good. It's not optimal for your health and not for your performance, right? Logic. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, Mikey doesn't have an absurd protocol. This is nothing new to the fitness world, especially to the bodybuilding world. We see this all the time. People utilize this OMAD diet all the time. It's nothing new, okay? Especially if you can get in enough calories at the end of the day. That's all you need. That's all that matters for performance and for recovery and for your mental state and so on and so forth, right? Now, if you're underfed, if you're fucking malnourished, on the other hand, and eating only once a day, then that's a huge issue because you're malnourished, you're low in calories, and you're causing more harm than good. Like, you're putting your body in a dangerous situation. It can even become lethal if you're not doing it properly. So what I'm trying to say is that Mikey understands himself. He understands the concept of nutrition. He understands the concept of calories, calories in, calories out, and energy levels, because not all foods are equal, okay? Not all foods will give you the same equal energy levels. So he needs to prioritize his energy and his action. And so by utilizing his 1 meal a day diet protocol, it keeps him accountable, and it's a sustainable thing to do, right? It's sustainable for him. Whatever works for him works for him. And that's it. I mean, the main thing when it comes to like dieting and staying healthy or staying on a protocol is a sustainable thing. If it's not sustainable, if you cannot maintain this type of protocol regimen for X amount of time, then it is not made for you. For example, a lot of people cannot do the keto diet. It's not sustainable for them. It's just not possible for some people. And as a consequence, or as a result, people end up binging on carbs, end up indulging excessively in carbs, and which will result in weight gain again, right? Or issues with your health, or whatever the case might be. But yeah, I mean, if you can stick to eating a certain thing, and if it makes you feel good, if it has good benefits, good values for your health, for your recovery, and for your performance, I don't see the issue. Okay, it's not like he's neglecting any other macronutrients. He's not on a keto diet. He's not on a carnivore diet. He's not on a specific diet at all. Okay, he's not neglecting any nutrients. He's not malnourished. He has his proteins, fats, and carbs. He has his little micronutrients as well. The basil, the tomatoes. He has a variety source of nutrients, which is very important for health, for recovery, and for performance. Now, I can understand if he was on a keto diet and restricting vegetables and carbs, and especially in a calorie deficit, and then I could see your guys' point on, Mikey's diet is absurd, or whatever you want to call it, crazy or out of this world, or abnormal. This is nothing abnormal. Like, this is not abnormal in my opinion. This is a person who understands himself and understands food. Because a lot of people don't understand the food, to be honest. A lot of people don't, which is the main issue in America. Because a lot of people are obese, and the number one issue when it comes to health is like heart attacks and stuff like that. And that comes from your lifestyle, your habits, and your nutritional lifestyle. So if you're constantly eating poorly, then expect to have a poor functioning body. That's pretty much it, people. Mikey doesn't neglect anything. His diet is not crazy nor absurd. It's just that he understands what his body needs. He understands himself, and he understands the whole concept of nutrition overall, which is very important, because if you understand nutrition, then you could definitely go far with this type of knowledge. Right? So that's it, people. Thanks for watching. Leave me a comment down below and subscribe for more.